This guide will teach the basics of the competitive Prolander format in Team Fortress 2. It will go over the format of Prolander, the general meta, and the playstyles of each class. Prolander is a competitive format that derives from Highlander, where only one of each class can be run at a single time, but instead of 9 players on each team only has 7 players. This means that not all classes will be run at all times, with 2 being reserved. This is where much of the strategy revolves around, choosing the best classes for the situation. Similar to Highlander, Prolander maps consist of Payload and King of the Hill, since it fits most of the classes. Unlike 6's, not all classes in Prolander play well on 5 CP. Payload uses a stopwatch timer, where the first blue team attempts to capture as many points as possible, with the time needed to do so recorded. Then, the second blue team must capture an equal or greater amount of points faster than the time recorded in order to win. King of the Hill uses the standard countdown timer. The teams fight each other in order to capture a single point, which when captured starts their timer of 3 minutes. Whichever team can deplete their timer down to 0 outside of overtime will win the round. Whichever team wins the most rounds wins the match. Prolander follows a similar meta to Highlander, with the combo, flank, and pick. Demoman, Heavy, Pyro, and Medic are relegated to the combo as they have the highest health and damage potential, as well as they work well together to keep a good hold. The flank is usually made up of the Scout and Soldier, as their solid damage and high mobility enables them to reposition quickly and protect an area effectively. And the pick is usually made up of the Spy and Sniper due to their high damage being great at eliminating high value targets for a good advantage. Engineer is the outlier, with his buildings being able to benefit anyone, a great sentry defense for a high-valued player, or support with his dispenser and teleporter. If you'd like a more in-depth look into the classes, please check out the Playstyles chapter of the Intro to Highlander guide, as we will now discuss Prolander's deeper meta. What makes Prolander interesting is the limit to 7 players. Because of its smaller player roster, a team can consist of a unique combination of classes depending on the situation or map. You're not always going to want an Engineer, Sniper, or Spy, and with only 7 players, a team must decide what to run. Because of this, it makes it difficult to recommend a specific set of classes, but I can recommend which ones to run full time, as they are essential. Medic is a must, as his healing is powerful and his Uber chart is essential for breaking stalemates, and just like in every other format, Prolander revolves heavily around Uber disad. Demoman is also essential, as his damage output is unrivaled, as well as his power for both offense and defense. Soldier's ability to rocket jump and deal good damage with his rockets make him a reliable damage dealer and flank maintainer. Heavy's high health and high damaging minigun is a great tool on a team, as Heavy can tank much spam and deny bombs as the most reliable hit scan class. Pyro is the ultimate counter class, as he is able to reflect spam and spy check, giving his team greater security. While he can't rotate or deal long distance damage, his ability to deny bombs and move at a good speed can make him a little bit more favorable than Scout. Even so, Scout's rapid movement, better capture speed, and powerful scattergun can definitely deal with weaker classes much more efficiently than Pyro. An argument can be made about running Sniper full-time as well, as a well-skilled sniper can shut down a sightline, get important picks, and devastate an enemy team. If you are confident about your sniper's ability, I would recommend running him instead of another class. Spy and Engineer are really the only classes that would not be run full-time, as they are a lot more situational compared to the rest of the classes. Spy and Competitive only really works when the enemy team is oblivious and not on full awareness, and Engineer is not the best at offense, but does extremely well on defense. Experience, research, and map knowledge will benefit you greatly on when to play a class. So before you play Prolander, make sure to take full advantage of any and all Prolander strategy guides out there, as well as demos and video recordings. Prolander is a great competitive format for when you want something a little bit more intense than Highlander, but something that's closer to regular TF2 than 6's. It takes high strategy and coordination in order to do well in Prolander. If this sounds like your cup of tea, I highly recommend Prolander, as it is a great compromise between 6's and Highlander. Not to mention that it is one of the greatest competitive formats in Team Fortress 2.